So anyway, let's take a look at... So they sent me this. By the way, this is only 4 horns, and it sounds bigger than my fucking 12-horn section. I like this. So there's another library that does something similar to this. What was it called? Trailer Brass. Do I still talk to Hans Zimmer? Not really. Dude's always on tour. How much is Angry Brass? I don't know. I haven't checked. Let me quickly check that out for you. Angry Brass Pro is what we're going to be looking at today because they sent me a copy out of the blue. So I might as well have a look at it. 4 months samples. By the way, if anybody has a link to a trailer that like a sample library trailer that we haven't seen yet, feel free to post it and I will check it out because I do want to play In or Out again because I like that game. It's fun. Right, let me just quickly check how much this is. It is $139. Reasonable. Expensive, but reasonable. What are we doing today? Today, we've got Performance Samples Angry Brass Pro, which is 3 patches. So you get the 4 horns, 3 bass trombones, and 3 trumpets. Now, the whole point of Performance Samples, as you can see on their logo, Performance Sample, not for purists. So Performance Samples do they approach samples from a different way. You guys have seen me use their Oceana choir, like the choir I use all the time because it's playable. That is what performance samples are. They perform. They are instantly playable. Like there's something about, so whenever you're writing brass lines, brass does play like la, 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 la lines. But when you look at brass players actually play in an orchestra, they tend to be more of a ba sound, like ba, 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 which is usually when you're using other sample libraries is what you have to do is you have to go from like a legato or like a sustained sound, and then you have to key switch to a staccato or like a short note length, and then back to a long to go ba ba ba. But what performance samples do is they do some voodoo. That's the only way it can be described. Dog, we're not doing that today. We're not playing the Bork game. Anyway, you have to. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Sorry, my dog's barking at a car again. So, oh yeah, ba. You have to go ba ba ba. So you'd have to do like a short note to a long note. Voodoo. That's where we were. So the voodoo is that they make it so that you can just kind of play the line and it works. So like you don't need to key switch to like double tonguing. Usually works in single lines. And that's what you want. You really want to be able to just play it. Too much brass, that's probably mine. Let me turn it off. Oh. What else we got? So the bass trombones. You see what I mean? Like it does like the double tonguing. And that is actually like, I know for most people that doesn't seem like a big deal, but when you're writing and you write as fast as I can. Oh. Oh, helps if you only play one note. Does good double tonguing, which I like. But now I just need to write it. That was with the brass off. I always put them in. My Arts acoustic. I just have a brass setup, which looks a bit like that. That's what she said. Anyway, so let's write some music. So I'm just gonna just try and figure out what we want to play today. So what do you guys want to see from today's stream? What should we look at? Some magic. How do we do magic? Daniel, do you buy libraries for other synths? Like, oh yeah, we got hold of, that was the other thing we got hold of, the Epic Anal Goo. If you weren't at the last stream, I apologize. That will make sense in a second. What was it? The guy Gachu. I don't know if you got, we watched this on In or Out, and you guys said in, so I ended up buying it. Let's jumble them up. God damn it, Matt, so loud. Okay, hang on. No, we need the minor. So we could go like. Works great. How is that sustaining? People always ask me that. I use the sustain pedal. I push a key, right? Hold the sustain pedal down. And then I use a bug in the system. I change note. So you have to remember that MIDI CCs are like either toggles or, like they're either on and off or they're incremental. Sustain is an on and off, right? So if you change the channel, if you change the MIDI track that's record enabled, right? Before you release the sustain pedal, it never gets the sustain pedal off message. So it thinks that you're still holding the sustain pedal, for example. And then if I turn off record, my feet aren't on it. But we go back to it, and then we push the sustain pedal again. It gets the sustain off. You know what I mean? It's just a toggle. No more bullshit. I feel like with this though, because it's meant to be like Blade Runner. Cool. Bode colors. I'm just going to quickly skip through a few. That's actually pretty cool. Okay. I mean, like this is the problem with some of these is like I would just never use most of these sounds. But some are great, you know? Some mono stuff. But anyway, I think you get the gist. I want to write some music. Okay, so we'll write a thing. Oh, someone said there's two things. There's a new video on Nucleus. I guess that currently now is the competitor to BBC Orchestra, right? Zebra HZ is a very cool sound set. So we need to write something. I'm going to get the percussion thing down. Let's go 140. I haven't written at 140 in forever. Seems like a bad idea, but let's I'm going to start. I'm actually going to use Chaos. Fuck it. Trance bass sounds like a good idea. To who? Sounds like a good idea to whom? Mm-hmm. Let me see what it feels like. Okay, let me. I mean, I'm trying to think of like what a good kind of tempo would be. Stop. Stop. There we go. Because like we could do. You see that's what the danger of like just starting a stream. Just like, fuck it, let's see what happens. You have to figure out what you're gonna do. I still love this. This is my favorite preset that we ever did. Ready? Just a one key. Not that one. This one. Anyway. Yeah, I made this, well, me and my business partner, Aaron. I have to make sure not to say partner because it makes us sound like a gay couple, which we're not. So like, just so that you guys know what this is, right? So we made a bunch of loops, right? We can sync them, right? And I've got it in menu mode. If I turn menu mode off, whatever I pushed last will now be spread across the key, right? But what I like to do, right, is I like to put it on the step mode, right? And then I'll change the rate to maybe eighths, and we'll have 8 steps, right? Drag that across. And now if I just hold down a key, what it'll do is it'll scroll through, right? But if I, this is the lazy way of doing it. You can go in and like manually put where you want it to start, but I'm a bit lazy. So what I do is I just hold the key and then I just click and move. So every step it will register a new value. So that loop by itself is, but now by doing that, we've now got, or, you know, right? But I can also do this thing where I can go like 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now it's got 3 keys. So if I hold 3 keys at the same time, so now it's going between 3 different loops. And also that stays. So if like I'm like, oh, I wanted to do that, but with high instruments, I just change the bank. Of course, we can make it 16ths if we want. You know, it's very like, it's like a sound design tool. So I know that a lot of you guys like to use loops and stuff. So what I do usually is I'll find like a kind of, and when I put it in eighths, by the way, I like to put delay on it because then it makes it even more rhythmic. Here we go. Oh, one of those is loud. Holy fuck. Sorry, I don't know why that was loud, but yeah. Let's just put these all back down to 1 key. Oh. Not that one. That was shit. I always use loops, but I make the loops myself, so I don't know if you consider that cheating, but... And the cool thing is that like we're not just stuck to 1, so now I can go to layer 2, do the exact same thing, you know, sync the loops up, whack it in menu mode again, which spreads all the sounds in that bank across the key. Oh, we need to make this 8 steps. And then we do the same thing, just kind of drag around. But if we wanted to, we can also just have another bank that's just playing straight loops. If you wanted to. You know what I mean? It's very easy. And then what I would do, because like, So like, let's say, because that's just one key. I mean, obviously that's kind of shitty sounding at the minute, but what I do is then I just render that as audio. And now I have that loop that I made as an audio file. And then I can just, do whatever I want with it. That's how you use Project Chaos. But yeah, and again, like if you like the rhythm you built, another cool thing you can do is you just change the bank. Like I don't even know what this is going to sound like. Let's put some repeaters. It'll probably sound shite, but we can just, do it and then change that. Oh wait, have I said why does it sound so out of time? Okay, that was kind of a bad example. Usually helps if you do rhythmic things, I guess. But like, it's a good way to just kind of experiment, Oh wait, this one. Yeah, let's slow it down. You know what I mean? It's quite easy to just make stuff. So now I can, again, just do the same thing. I want both of those. So I'll just render that. Fuck it, we can write over that. So now we have that as an audio file. Makes life easy. Hey. This is going to be slow now. I remember all the reviews for this saying, trailer music's dead. This library isn't good because trailer music's dead. And I'm like, but it's not just for trailer music. It's for everybody. So one thing I've actually been using a lot at the minute is there's a really fucking good multi in here. The string orchestra and quintet articulations. They got your grooving. It is kind of groovy, both of them playing together, isn't it? Particularly, and you see the fun thing is because now I've reduced the tempo to 97 beats per minute. And I rendered the drum beat one, like the break beat thing. I rendered that at 130. So now it's actually kind of audio artifacting itself to death. I mean, if I turn that off, it sounded like it slows down, but in the context of this, it kind of works. But like, it's, I prefer working with audio files than I do MIDI a lot of the time. I don't know. You feels to me like it restricts it, but in the creative way, So this is, I use this all the time. Bam, 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 bam. Except on this, we can make it a. So we go staccato. Dun, 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 bam, 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 bam. Like, you know, you can add an effect. We can jump back to this. Yeah, it was this one. We also need to put this back, what, 50, I think it is? For... This sounds almost Middle Eastern. Fuck it, we're going in that direction. I don't know. What happens if we put that one? Sounds shit, yeah. This is like the ricochet, so like that sounded shit, but like I like the dun 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 dun. So that. No, not you. Let's put it on the staccatos again. So. Yes, you need to turn that way the fuck down. Also, we can be like. Like, because the DR's already in there, I don't really have to change much. Just for now. I mean, sort of, I guess. That was it. Man, I love them snappy brass things. Ugh. I have an epic boner. Wait, no, that just sounds crude. Like for epic music, not just it's in terms of quality. What? So what's it going to be? Minus 127? It was quite far off, wasn't it? Ugh, that little Cubase fuckery. I think, actually, let me just check this. I had Mina Shamli, who's also an amazing composer in his own right, recorded some oud for me once. I wonder if I still have it. Do I still have? I think I do. Let's see if we can get these in key. I don't know what. Oh, what tempo? What tempo, Mina? So how are we going to do this? I need to get this synced up. Let me. So fuck off. Go back to the beginning. Sorry, I'm just. Right. What key is that in? Oh, of course it's in fucking G. Oh, it was in C minor. I was miles off. Let's try it in that then. Yeah, you're spot on. I don't know why I thought it was G. I was just going by the fundamental note, wasn't I? But it's supposed to be double that speed. Oh, by the way, someone asked what the minus 127 adjustments for. So some libraries now, when they release, particularly ones that do short notes, they realized, it's probably like 5 years ago they realized this, maybe 10 years ago, I forget, it's a while. But the gist of what happens is when you record a dun on a string, there's actually a moment of noise that comes in as you're about to strike the string. And so the way that sample libraries used to be sliced is they would slice at the transient, which means that they would slice, let's say, for example, on this. You see this note here. What they would do, you see where that line has gone? Right, that line was kind of shit, but like, so that line is the transient. But if you look, there's actually all this information that comes in before it. So if you slice on the transient, that means you can load it in, and when you push a key, it will be on beat like that. But you would end up cutting off this bit before. So what they do, particularly like this on the brass here, So we just, right? You hit like, it's in time with the click, right? Right. But if I take this 127, so this number here is delay compensation essentially, or it's like delay offset. So what it's doing is it's starting, like this MIDI note is triggering 127, I think it's milliseconds. Is that what it's measured in? It's starting the MIDI note 120 milliseconds. So it's basically doing this. It's starting the notes like there, as opposed to where they should be, which is there. So that way I can compose on the grid, but the transient is landing on the beat. And sometimes they tell you what the minus is. If I take this minus off and we listen to it. So this is how it is just out the box. And you can usually get, like, after a while, you get a feel for it. Like, you knew that I went straight to 127. Usually there's like 3 ones I go for. There's minus 50, which tends to be Sinner samples and Berlin, orchestral tool stuff. They seem to be minus 50. Then you get like cinematic studio strings, which seems to be around minus 80. And then when it starts to sound really off time, my first one I go to is minus 127, and that usually seems to be about right. I don't know if there's like a reason for specific numbers, but let's. Need the extra bit of thing so it's in time, and then can we please wait, do we need to make that musical mode now? Please keep my timing. Fuck you. I wish I just knew what fucking tempo it was in. This used to be so much easier in Ableton Live. So why wouldn't it let me keep my musical mode on that? Because I actually worked out the timing, but I'm just going to re-render it as a new audio file. Fuck you. That's not what I wanted to do. Is it what? Well, I mean, oh my God. Fuck, there we go. You see, because there's this little thing at the end. So what I'm doing is making it a thing, and then I push my button, render it. See, that's all I wanted to do. That may be a bit too fast. It's okay. We'll do it in slow motion, like it is there. But we'll put some delay on it. It's only running in the background anyway. I don't know why I'm so hung up on it, but anyway. I mean, the delay's a little bit chaotic, but all that for. Someone told me off, by the way, for on my last video. They're like, "Why do you use the loops so much?" I put this on. It was a bad idea. Mistakes were made, because I work in a very loop thing, and you're seeing the reason why I usually write in loops. Because when I'm doing something live, If I do it as a loop, you get the idea, and then we can move on to the next section of the song. But when you do it properly, you end up just spending all your time on one thing that you don't end up using that much. Is aggressive, so we're gonna have to EQ that pretty quick. Let's Gullfoss it for now. Gullfoss. So Gullfoss, for those of you who are wondering, is like my anti-shit machine. That's like what I call it now. It's sort of like an EQ, but what it does is it's using like mathematics. It's like using a mathematical algorithm to kind of give you a more balanced sound. So and then once I've done that, I'll do it on here so you can actually see what I'm doing. I usually bring in the Pro Q3. This one needs to be a little bit wider and a little bit more. Dindling. We're still just using this one drum loop. Let me put some actual drums in there. I was wondering, why does this feel weak? And it's like, oh, because the percussion section's literally just one instance of fucking Project Chaos, which isn't really a percussion library. So how you guys doing? Oh, I like writing in D. I like writing in D so much I've got it tattooed on my wrist. I almost said I like the D, but then that's going to be so. We're going to go with that. Dum, dum. Ah, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Eighths. For this priceless content you provide for us as a film score study student. It's great to watch and learn. Cheers. You are very welcome, and thank you. That brings us to, what are we up to? I feel like that brings us closer. We're at 25%. We're quarter of the way there. In fact, we're more than quarter of the way, because the library's only, how much is the library? The BBC Orchestra, this thing. How much is it on sale? If we get to the limit, if we get to that before the pre-sale ends, then we're almost there already. The Bram scares me too. That's why we have it, because it scares the shit out of me. And for some reason, people enjoy it when I'm scared. So. What is it called? Master. For now, I'm going to get rid of the dumpster. We're going to bring in Master Ensemble. Yeah, there's an ethnic one, isn't there? Yeah, that's what we want. Organic menu. All. So we can put that beaty bass line down on some nice bass drums. Like that. Thank you very much, sir. Reminds you of Attack on Titan. Cool. That's awesome. I like. Oh, I know what else we need. I don't know why we ended up doing this kind of thing, but fuck it. Let's see where this goes. 8. Number 8. The same rhythm, I think, for that. That brass definitely needs to be. Am I just not? I'm already like 100. So it's not that. I need to turn it up. Oh man, the mics actually sound really cool. I need to play with mics more often. Microphones, not just people called Mike. Oh man, the microphone positions on this actually really dirty. I love it. That's actually disgustingly filthy, and I love it. Oh wait, what we're in C, aren't we? No, something weird like that. I threw in like the little bum bum. I want that dun 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 dun. It's heavy. So this needs to be back as well, doesn't it? Da, 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 da. Dun, dun, dun. The thing I love about this performance brass thing is because all I have to do to make it go duh. So like you see this line here was just by just cutting it up, it's now going to go duh 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 duh, which just, I know it's not much, but it's a little more interesting. And also I think it helps if I make these shorter because it's probably using like some sort of MIDI look ahead. So I make these short, it should be more like a ba-ba. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Like that, you know. My dog's gonna bark again. I have no idea what that's going to sound like. Actually worked. You see, like normally I wouldn't just loop this as often, but for the sake of what I'm trying to do, it's where is that really loud coming from? Is it this? Yeah, it's going to be this, isn't it? Right, we'll just put these across there for now. Where was the... It sounds like how my brain works after like drinking alcohol. Like everything's there, but it's just a little slower. Sound like Ringo Starr. Does this sound any good? Just gonna remove the oud there. So I kind of like this. I don't know why we ended up with like this ethnic vibe, but we're going with it. We're gonna get rid of the da-da-da-da for now. We're in C, aren't we? I'm just going to keep this going for now. And we will actually. Oh, wrong one. Maybe we could do a ricochet. Okay, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's weird, and I like it because we are going to. We could actually just drop that up. No, we're not going to go for Road Up Choir. We're actually going to bring in. Someone mentioned it earlier. We're going to bring in some of that Ethera gold. Is it the gold? Let's try. Which one do we want? Vocal phrases? Let's try some phrases. Ah, fuck my thumb. Do we have C minor? We do. Although, we probably want some true legato, right? I'm just gonna double this up for now so that I can. You know, I feel like it's maybe not an ooh sound. Ooh. Doggy, stop barking. By the way, I don't know if it's the actual key switch, but I've assigned V on my keyboard to be velocity. And so this is cool. So, you know, like I had all this percussion here, right? And it's all different volumes. But what I can do is if I push V, I can minus or plus everything. So you see, like if you look, it just brings everything down. So it saves me having to do having to open every MIDI track and turn it down. I can just select everything and turn them all down by a certain amount. So that's our new rhythm. So at least want to double it on something. And that'll do. But for that, we need to bring in, I think there is actually a Middle Eastern string orchestra in Ethno World. Bowed instrument. Oh, was there? Stringed instrument. I swear one of them had like a Middle Eastern section. I may have got that wrong. Who has that? Bowed instrument. Egyptian fiddle. Oh, what does that sound like? My wife is playing a game in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. Actually, it might be in here. Might be in this thing. Oh, look, we got the Duke phrases. I wonder what they're like. Oh, look, we actually have Middle Eastern female vocal phrases. You're right, it's afflatus. Fuck, this is the problem. I've got too many now. Afflatus, you are absolutely right. Is it ensembles? Is it this one? Or am I imagining it? You are fucking legend. Who said that? Who said afflatus? Sten KW, you are today's legend. So what I'm going to do is I'm doing the Hollywood version of Middle Eastern music, by the way. And then what we'll do is we'll double this up, but we're going to bring these up and bring them up by 15. And we're going to bring this back in, but this is going to get more aggressive. Like this. It's a little bit more. And these guys are going to be like... dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Nonsense. So now we're like building up to something, I guess. Let's see where we've come from. Something like that. I just want to see what these vibes were. So we can have this build so that we go up. And then, yep. So, I'm going to do this bit in D minor because it's just easier for me. Nope. So you would do... I don't know. What is that going to sound like? We'll see soon. Kind of cool. Sample library. How's everybody doing? We're just, writing some random Middle Eastern action music, probably inspired by something like Modern Warfare. That's what I hear in my head with this kind of music, like a more Call of Duty vibe, Right, let me find. So find. I'm just trying to find oud. I'm pretty sure I've got some. Yeah, I do have it. Where the fuck is it? Okay. Yeah, there's a weird. It's definitely a Western take on a Middle Eastern vibe, which always makes me think of like someone said earlier, either like a Jason Bourne or like a Modern Warfare or something. Call of Duty. Okay. So if I take all my long ones, I can actually make them hammer on. Now on this line, we'll take... Yeah, we'll just double this line up for now. Double that out. Yes, I forgot to do the minus. I was wondering why it sounded shit. Thank you for pointing that out. I feel like that works, but I need to choke out the delay. The fucking... Okay, so... Need like a, is it sustain pedal? Yeah, the sustain pedal on this one, so I want this as 16ths. So then on that first one, we just choke it. And then we choke it. Just choking the Spitfire cimbalom, which sounds like a euphemism. Do is take what we're doing here, right? This thing, which will sound shit at the minute. But if I put the choke on, also get it to calm the fuck down in. And so, like, you're not really hearing this, but the transients are definitely adding. You know what I mean? You can't believe I'm actually streaming again. Why? Why is that? I think the cimbalom was a good ad. What do you guys think? There's a little rise at the end there. Add that little. I don't know where this is going. but not that instrument. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my wife's getting increasingly angry at the game control. She's saying "fuck you" to the computer. She's losing her shit. By the way, my wife streams as well. Jushifer, if you can spell it. I want like a deduct, but like that I can play. Woodwind, Duke, key. Let's try it. It sounds like it's all over the place, Sharouche. Actually sounds quite cool. It's the vocal is Ethera gold. No, wait, we're not using the gold one there, are we? We're using something different. We're using, I forget what it was. Ethera EVI, the EVI one. Is this usually played lower? I don't think it works that low though. I do think it works up there. Okay, that's like 1 hour of writing. What do you guys think? I think that that's actually quite a lot of progress for an hour. We got these vibes. I like this. So it's funny because that kind of technique, that meow, is actually very much a Middle Eastern vibe. But I'm using the Metropolis arc sounds. I'm using the preset, which is not the preset, the multi, which is the strings plus the quartet, which kind of makes it a bit pitchy, which makes it sound a bit weird like this. But the cool thing is, like, people always give me shit for using ensembles, but that is just like an ensemble essentially. So technically not correct because I'm doing it all in one patch, but like it works. And look how much like MIDI there is. Like there's a lot going on, but there's not that much MIDI. If we take away the percussion, which there's not much going on. There's two layers other than the percussion at the beginning. That feels like it's like 50 off, or maybe 20. What do you think of the what was it fucking called? The Angry Brass. I think it's awesome. I didn't realize that the close mics were actually as gritty as they were. Like turning up the close mic on the trombones is fucking gruesome, but it's awesome. So that's like your typical kind of Hollywood mix. But when you're doing something that's really kind of in your face aggressive. Just turning up that close mic. Listen to how it makes it so much more aggressive, but in a cool way, not just a distortion way, you know? That should be just loud. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, someone asked, I hear some damage in the percussion, right? I think you do. That would be on this one. Not putting in that much work, but that's just layering these two. And of course, Project Chaos. A lot of this track literally is built around that one loop I made in Project Chaos. Did you notice that? I didn't mean to do that, but that's what ended up happening. This loop started everything, and it has got kind of a Middle Eastern-y. You know what I mean? It's got. Can you hear that little? Listen. And that's kind of, I think that's what triggered the deal. Even though they're not playing at the same time, that triggered that. And then that ended up sounding Middle Eastern, which ended up bringing in the fucking this. Keeping that, but I need to. Does expression turn it down? For some reason that main volume doesn't go all the way up, so I'm just gonna have to. Why does it know? Oh, is it maybe controlled by? Oh, it's controlled by velocity. You can be a bit louder. That sounds like the meme song. A little bit of the Duke. My wife's still shouting "fuck you" at the computer. She angry, bro. Hijab, pronounced how? How do you pronounce hijab? Don't tell me it's like bitch or something, because she will come out and slap me in the face. And ain't nobody got time for that. She's like, fuck. She mad, bro. And we ended up putting this in C minor because of an oud that no longer exists. Anyway, sorry, I was meaning to talk to you guys. How you doing? How you doing? It's been an hour. It's been an hour. I hope you've stood up and stretched your legs, and it means be silent. Do you know the risk of telling your wife to be silent